No, you don't need the ocean in order to have the beach. We're in Tucson, Arizona for beach volleyball on Pac-12 Network. On the campus of the University of Arizona at Bear Down Beach for the Wildcat Spring Challenge. A full day of action today, first in a two-day tournament. This is the third duel of the day. I'm Anne-Marie Anderson alongside three-time beach volleyball Olympian Holly McPeak. And Holly, a full slate of games today. 5 duels. We watched Cal dominate Arizona State earlier today, and then a really close one in our second duel.
It went down to the 5 pairs, but Arizona able to come out on top 3-2 over number 17 Stetson. That was really exciting. The only match to go 3 sets was the 5 pairs.
Yeah, Stetson and Cal will play later today around 5 o'clock. Hey everybody, here's Holly McPeak, 3-time beach volleyball Olympian, and I'm Anne-Marie Anderson. As we look at this duel, Arizona State was swept by Cal, and so head coach Brad Keenan responded with some changes.
He certainly did. At the 2s, he's going to have Hallie Harker, who's the libero for the indoor Arizona State team, and Francis Giedraitis. And then at the 4s pair, Katie Cross not feeling good. She's going to be playing with Jordan Parnell and Sierra Flood at the 4 spot. Arizona State really looking to rebound with a better performance in this match versus Colorado Mesa.
Yeah, they'll have a doubleheader at home tomorrow and celebrate their seniors. Meanwhile, Colorado Mesa, you mentioned, they only started their program in 2016. What do they need to accomplish today?
Well, I think they're Division II. It's baby steps. They want to get confidence. They're testing themselves against the best, and I think that's a good thing. So confidence playing the top teams.
Well, it'll be fun to see. If you haven't watched collegiate beach volleyball before, it comes down a little bit differently in terms of the format. There's 5 courts of action concurrently. Holly, take us through the rest of the format.
Well, here at Bear Down Beach, 5 courts going at once. So the first program to get 3 of 5 wins the match. They will play 2 sets to 21. If a 3rd set is necessary, they will play to 15 points. You must win by 2.
For Arizona State, they want to rebound to not pick up a single match. They only actually won 1 set in that matchup versus Cal. They want to play better today. We're going to start our attention on court number 1. Scherr and Woods for Colorado Mesa. They're the Mavericks versus Johnson and Rivera. And we talked a lot during the first matchup of the day about Quinn Johnson's length. 6'3". She was a big presence at the net.
Quinn Johnson makes players miss. She's 6'3". She's got a big presence. She's a lefty, likes to hit on 2 for Arizona State. And Mia Rivera, the solid defender, sees the court really well, moves the ball around the court offensively.
Yeah, and versus Cal's ones, Mia Rivera passed a lot of balls. They went after her, and she looked like she was enjoying it for a while. Has a lot of nice skills offensively.
For Colorado Mesa, their 1s team, one of the players, Katie Scherr, is 6 feet, and her partner, Taylor Woods, is only 5'4", but according to head coach David Scaff, she's one of the best offensive players in his program. Just great hand control, moves the ball around, good court vision. And there you see the big lefty, Quinn Johnson, putting the ball away.
Yeah, and you talked about Woods at 5'4". She's the only Mavericks player who had indoor and sand experience concurrently when she started the program in 2016. She chose the school, in fact, for that opportunity. Right over the head of 6'3" Quinn Johnson.
And there you see the option from Taylor Woods. She saw an opening, took advantage. She has the type of hand control where she can do that.
Yeah, she's playing 1s for her 3rd consecutive year. She's had 3 different partners. I mean, you know she's going to be crafty and surgical, and she is. Left hand, Quinn Johnson, lefty. Woods puts it up. Johnson down the line over the block.
Interesting strategy by Colorado Mesa. They're going after Quinn Johnson. They feel like they might have a better matchup with little Taylor Woods in the back row digging balls, and it almost worked that last play.
Well, you wonder how many shots do they see Quinn Johnson have, really? Maybe they like to dig the hard-driven ball until Johnson shows them something different.
Well, that's a really good point. In the sport of beach volleyball, you want to play your strengths. Do you want to play the player who likes to hit the ball or likes to shoot the ball around? Depends on your personnel and your strengths.
David Scaff, the head coach, his 3rd season as the Mavericks head coach, doing the slow walk, talking to Scherr and Woods. He moved to Grand Junction when he was 7 years old, went to school at Mesa State, interned with the national team, has really been just a student of the game of volleyball.
Studied a lot under Tom Black at Loyola Marymount, both indoor and beach.
Said he spent some time in the national team with Hugh McCutcheon, Tom Black, and Karch Karai. That's a pretty impressive group. Tom Black, his mentor, though, as you talked about David Scaff, they're still working on separating indoor from beach at Colorado Mesa. There's 4 beach-only athletes right now. Hard to get away from those indoor habits, he says. To the deep middle.
That time going after Mia Rivera, able to find a way to put the ball down.
Carballo and Lundberg, the only Arizona State team to pick up a set versus Cal, playing Crane and Dixon on court number 3. We'll keep you abreast, of course, of all the courts of action and visit the other courts in a little bit. Woods darn impressive so far.
And there's the challenge. Taylor Woods trying to hit that ball by 6'3", Quinn Johnson. And this is the tough matchup. You want to avoid her if you're Taylor Woods. Chip around her, not try to hit over her.
Yeah, and by the way, set me off.
Yeah, that
right?
too. That too.
Please don't trap me under the extended awning of Quinn Johnson.
Good point. Again, Quinn Johnson getting opportunities to swing and serve receive. She doesn't get a lot, but she will take advantage of them.
Mia Rivera, 5'8", local, out of Gilbert, Arizona. Local as in Arizona, it's more towards Tempe. Johnson and Rivera with a 7-point lead on court number 1. So let's dip over into court number 2 and visit what's been going on there. Hallie Harker, number 34, did not play in the first match, or the first duel today, and it's been a 6-0 run to Arizona State until that point.
Let's talk about Hallie Harker. She's one of the best liberos in the Pac-12, set all the records, maybe just aside from Sydney Donahue, is one of the great liberos at Arizona State. She was a fun one to watch, and I think Arizona State needed a little defense inserted into their lineup.
Hallie, little shot. They're going to poke deep. That's her job indoor. Chase that down. Straight down as it's put down by Megan Gianinetti, the 6-foot senior.
The challenge for this pair for Arizona State is Frances Giedraitis. She's a senior, but she's only 5'9". So size-wise at the net, she's got a disadvantage. Usually a 5'9" player is more of a defender. But if you're looking at Giedraitis and Harker, Harker definitely will always win out as the defender.
Assistant Kaylani Rust talking with the Colorado Mesa players on the side change. Harker, and it hits the line off the tape.
Hallie Harker doesn't get a lot of opportunities to swing at the ball, so Colorado Mesa testing her out. This one dribbles, drops for the Arizona State point.
Little does not go over.
It's important to stay aggressive at the net, especially when you have open net. If the blocker has retreated off the net to play defense, stay aggressive. You can't leave it short in the net if you're the offensive player.
Hannah Peterman passes the first ball. No one on. Harker, dirty. Love that nasty ball. And with that Arizona State point, we're going to go back over to court number 1. Johnson and Rivera leading Scherr and Woods by 6 points.
Scherr Woods trying to figure out a strategy to score points off Rivera and Johnson. How about not serve particularly a certain person, serve tough into the wind, serve middle, make a move, get a little tweak in their serve receive, take them out of system.
Yeah, the wind quite different from the first duel that Arizona State played against Cal. It wasn't nearly as gusty as it is right now.
Wow,
did that happen?
That did happen.
That just happened.
You saw the matchup that we talked about earlier. Quinn Johnson at 6'3", tight ball. Taylor Woods at 5'4". Taylor Woods sneaks it through the block and wins the point at the net.
What I love the most about Woods, no celebrating. Really, 5'4" and
Business
6'3"?
as usual.
Yeah.
I might have jumped up and down a little bit.
Okay, you're good. Down the middle, down the middle.
Well, that's you. The dig off of the hard hit Quinn Johnson ball. Arizona State point.
Yeah, Mia Rivera just playing heads-up volleyball, putting it in a good spot. Right now, Arizona State really responding from the loss to Cal and coming out and playing cleaner volleyball in this match against Colorado Mesa.
Rivera serving. Norwood, Baskin trailing Baldwin and Plaster. It's a nice spot. Finding the spot over Quinn Johnson.
Definitely well done. Good execution by Katie Scherr going high over the line block. When you have a big block that could dominate like that, you want to move her. You want to try and run a back set. Colorado Mesa seems to be trying to run their offense out of the middle of the court.
I'm watching carefully the strategy of serving Quinn Johnson, right? A tough serve makes her go forward, then she gets up to hits long.
Yeah, they're making her move. Anytime you make her move, get her a little bit more uncomfortable where she has to take her approach from a different location on the court, and that gives you different offensive options.
There's also that moment of surprise. Somebody's finally serving me.
That too. Hard to find a rhythm if you're not used to getting served.
Little shot not over.
That's the play where the blocker pulls off the net, you've got open net, and you try and get cute and drop it short. You need to go up and make good contact with that ball and stay aggressive, even more aggressive with no block in front of you.
Woods up, no one on.
Good pickup by Mia Rivera, but can't poke that ball for a kill.
Let's take a look at our State Farm Get to a Better State. You won't see this often. 5'4" versus 6'3". It's worth a second look.
This ball set really tight, what you'd call a trap set. Taylor Woods wins the joust. Quinn Johnson doesn't take care of it. She needs to reach over that net and grab it. Taylor Woods makes her pay.
And then turns her back, goes back to serve the service line.
There's a quiet celebration with her partner.
There it is.
Yeah. Katie Scherr and Taylor Woods, 5-10 record this season as partners. You know, anytime you're in that one spot, you're playing the best pairs from every school, so it's a challenging position to be in.
Yeah, and they're D2 playing D1. I love that David Scaff is going after it. Let's take a look at what's happening on court number 5. Baldwin and Plaster of Arizona State with a lead over Norwood and Natalie Todd.
Watch it over. It's over. Ronnie, push me on. No, don't play middle. There we go.
How about
Chasing it down.
beautiful hand set by Kate Baldwin. These are the two freshman players for Arizona State, just dominating in the 5 spot. Very athletic. Samantha Plaster at 5'11" from Flower Mound, Texas, and Kate Baldwin, a freshman, 5'5" from Long Beach, one of the quickest defenders in the country. Colorado Mesa struggling with ball control. They're on the side where the wind's at their back, really wreaking havoc on their serve receive right now.
Number 1, Baldwin serving. Into the net.
Push 2. Alright, my bad. All you, Sammy. Push me on. No, middle. You're good. Free ball.
Ball high. Play is stopped for a moment.
On.
Yep, there
Ball
it is.
on.
It was bad.
Colorado Mesa will get another opportunity. Court is clear now.
Here we go. Why push me on? Got it. Swing up. Swing hard.
Hammered down.
There we go.
For Arizona State, they came in and are taking care of business. That's Plaster.
This team of Arizona State, 12-7 on the season, these two freshmen.
Set point for the 5s. Plaster gets a piece of it, and that's enough as the Sun Devils 5 pairs wins set number 1.
Plaster doing a good job at the net, and Kate Baldwin very strong defensively behind her. Dominating first set win.
21-6. Let's go back over to the twos again. Giedraitis and Harker for Arizona State versus Gianinetti and Peterman. Ball up. Peterman. Slice, cut from the right side. 5-point deficit for the Mavericks.
Peterman is a junior at Colorado Mesa, but her hometown, Tucson, Arizona, she gets to come home to compete. That's always fun.
Going for the corner, it's too long from Hallie Harker. A couple of consecutive points for the Mavericks.
And if you're Arizona State, you want to stop that run. You want to change up what you're doing offensively. As players, you can switch sides left and right. You want to do something a little bit different to get that side out.
Harker, no one on, goes Little. And off the net.
Right now, they're setting up Hallie Harker to shoot the ball. Basically, they're giving her open net, knowing that she doesn't want to get up and hit it just because she's not that comfortable hitting an indoor libero who doesn't get to swing at all. So they're giving her open net. And then, interesting strategy, they go away from her and make a serving error.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, Holly, I mean, to go Little on that ball, right, instead of swinging. I mean, if you're coaching, you're telling her swing away.
Yeah, you want to get up aggressive and move the ball around the court. If you're not coming in with a hard approach to hit the ball, the defenders can cheat for your shot.
They're coming in, and you got a significant lead as well.
Correct.
So I hear you when you're saying not comfortable. At the same time, it's a good time to get comfortable when you're up 5 points. It is now set point.
I agree.
Preaching to the choir then.
Yep.
Okay, then I'll just go back to my spot over here. Court number 2 down to set point. Harker and Giedraitis. Ball hits the antenna, no good. Another point for Gianinetti and Peterman.
When you've got the team on the line, you have to take care of your serve. Set point now. Arizona State just needs a side out. Let's see if they go after Harker again.
They do. Setting was not ideal, so yes, she is shooting.
All right, if you're Harker and Giedraitis, you need to do something else. Switch sides, left and right. Take a timeout. Do something different.
Instead, there's not a lot of communication right now.
No, but that comes with inexperience. If you don't have a lot of experience and you don't have time to talk to your coach, that's a challenge.
That's a nice looking set. Harker takes a swing. Beautiful dig by Hallie Harker, an opportunity to put it away for the first set. Peterman sends it down the line.
And Hallie Harker with the deep corner kill to finish the first set for Arizona State.
So a win on court 2 for Arizona State. They also picked up set 1 wins on courts 1, 4, and 5. Plenty of action going on at Bear Down Beach. Set 2 coming up.
You're watching Pac-12 Arizona
on Pac-12 Network.
Pac-12 Beach Volleyball is brought to you by State Farm, here to help life go right. Welcome back to Tucson, Arizona, Bear Down Beach, Pac-12 Beach Volleyball. Arizona State Sand Devils facing the Colorado State Mavericks. 5 courts of action happening concurrently, and Arizona State won all the first sets. We're going to take a look into the 4 pairs right now. Ritter and Todd of the Mavericks facing Flood and Parnell.
Well-placed drop shot, open net. That's what I'm talking about. Go up. You have open net. Go up and be aggressive with your hand. Look at that well-placed drop shot. When you contact it like that, you create that topspin that drops fast so the defender can't pick it up.
Just a little shot over. Samantha Ritter picks it up. And Ritter with a poke.
I love it. The tight set in transition to the net. No block up, and you just poke it right over the defender's head. Very well placed. Wind has picked up again.
No one on. The wind playing a huge role in this rally. All the way to the back line. Nice strong poke by the Sand Devils.
Good control by Arizona State, putting that set on top of the net, and then that deep poke in control over the defender's head. That's a tough ball to pick up. I think setting becomes the biggest challenge in the wind, and obviously getting your feet to the ball to make good contact offensively. There you see another deep poke. Jordan Parnell just owning the poke shot and controlling the offense.
Court 5 already underway. Baldwin and Plaster leading by 2. Norwood and Baskin have already matched their set 1 total early, so they have obviously made some adjustments, come back improved. And that's really what Coach David Scaff wants at this point. They have a nice 2-day tournament to get a lot of attention. You know, we talked about the Arizona State, or the Arizona Wildcats first season. They were 2-3. They played 5 duels total. Now, Holly, over almost 100 programs of collegiate beach volleyball in this country. It's really exciting the way this team has grown from an emerging sport to an NCAA championship sport.
It's been incredible, and to see the depth and the amount of players playing at the junior level, it's mind-boggling. I see the events. I mean, you have 200 players playing, and that it's a good thing for coaches like Brad Keenan who are trying to develop their program, that so many good, young, talented players are playing at an early age where they can come in as freshmen and make an impact. Like we've seen at the Cal program, Brad Keenan in his second season as head coach, he lost his top team, Arellano and Follette, last season, 16-16. This season, 8-11, and a lot of young players.
Ball's up. Blocker is pulling. Sharp cut.
Good direction with her hand, moving the ball around the court. I like the set to the net. Anytime you're close to the net, it allows you to create way more offensive angles if you're the hitter. Tough serve by Sierra Flood. Wind again died down. It's so funny. It's very strong for
very
2
gusty,
minutes,
yeah.
and then stops, and it's completely still when the wind is down.
Well, and that's when the experience comes in, right, Holly? I mean, if you're on the court and there's wind coming up, you know exactly what to do with it. These players, some of them just starting out, are trying to remember.
Yeah, well, you have to look at your partner and say, okay, wind's picking up. Let's keep the pass low, low set, get your feet to the ball, and make those kind of adjustments. And that comes with experience.
Yeah, put your hands in your pockets.
Yep.
Serve.
Unless
serve
you're
strong.
Stetson.
Unless you're
Because
Stetson.
they are beautiful.
They are,
with
but
their hands.
You won an NCAA championship with your hands, and there were times that you put your hands in the pocket if it's this gusty.
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe not. 2-point lead for Flood and Parnell as Ritter and Todd playing them tough.
Look at that. Sierra Flood putting service pressure on him, and then the dig over on one. Wind has died, but she is doing a good job controlling the game, 1 with her serve, 2 with her defense. They are challenging Colorado Mesa to put the ball away with no block in front of them, and that makes people so uncomfortable because there's 2 defenders waiting for it.
Heat from a standing position, and it's a campfire defense as it goes right between the Sun Devils.
Well, that looked like a great opportunity for Arizona State to score, but Colorado Mesa scrambled, kept the ball alive, and were aggressive enough to put that ball away. Missed opportunity if you're Arizona State.
Ritter and Todd within 2. Ball's up, trapping against the block, and then a net violation as a little bit of shoulder into it.
That ball set a little bit tight by Jordan Parnell, and Sierra Flood can't get there without making net contact. Great running dig on that cut shot. And then Sierra Flood, again, taking advantage on one. But I like the hustle play on defense for Colorado Mesa.
2-point differential on that side change. We're going to pop over to court number 5 as we take a look at the Sand Devils by class. 5 seniors, 7 freshmen as Brad Keenan builds his program throughout his tenure here.
Yeah, it's important. You're going to have to do that. And I feel like it's going to get better and better just with the amount of players. The grassroots is the best it's ever been in the sport of beach volleyball. Young players playing at a very young age. There's some 8th graders and 9th graders across the country who could compete at this level now. That's
amazing.
How amazing they are. And they've been, playing that high level for so long, and they've played in every kind of condition, rain, wind, deep sand, hard pack. So they're going to come in and make impacts at these programs right away.
On court number 5, Baldwin and Plaster continuing to dominate. An 8-point lead for them in set number 2. They're looking to put the first point of the duel on the board for the Sun Devils.
Well, if the team from Colorado Mesa struggles to put the ball away, they're really going to struggle when Kate Baldwin's in the backcourt. She touches everything, and she moves her offense around. Good hand. Look at that cut back fast to the line by the freshman from Long Beach.
For David Scaff, as he talked to us about his program, sometimes when it's snowing outside, they don't have an indoor facility. They go inside, they raise the nets, and they work on the fundamentals. But he said sometimes we shovel the snow off the court.
Look at that hammer by Kate Baldwin, Colorado Mesa. Good touch on the ball. One of the other things I found interesting about the challenges that they have in Colorado, they have 3 courts. So one is super windy,
yeah.
One is just slightly windy, and the other, no wind. So they're just situated differently where they're not affected by the wind. So that's challenging if you're doing one drill and it's different on each court because of the wind. But I guess it allows you to prepare for different situations.
Yeah, I love it. He called that first court a wind tunnel.
Yeah.
But I feel like with some other programs, including this Arizona State program that says they don't get to practice in any wind at all because of the way Para is situated, I like Colorado Mesa's setup.
I agree. I think the biggest challenging condition in the sport of beach volleyball is wind. It can wreak havoc on a game defensively, offensively, with your serve. I've been a part of it. I had to learn to embrace it and make it an asset. If you get nervous in the wind or get anxious about it, boom, you're done. You got to learn to embrace it and figure out a way to compete in it.
Well, and I also wonder, in the area where you live in Southern California, you were able to play or practice pretty much every day of your life. You could play in rain, you could play in wind. When you look at the other teams internationally in Germany and other places, they're going indoors and they're missing some of those elements.
They certainly are, and that's why they come to California to train. When it's cold and they can't get outside in their own country, that's what they do. They come to California to train.
Match point on court number 5, Baldwin and Plaster. Up. Block is waiting for it. Baldwin puts it up in the sun. And the little pokey.
Just a high enough ball to move in the wind, and then pair 5 seal the first point for Arizona State Sand Devils.
Baldwin and Plaster put them up 1-0. Pac-12 Beach Volleyball is brought to you by State Farm. Here to help life go right. What a gorgeous day at Bear Down Beach. On the right side of the screen, that is the 3 pairs. That's Dixon and Crane of Colorado Mesa playing Lundberg and Carballo of Arizona State. On the left side, you see it there, Sharon Woods, Johnson, and Rivera.
The 3 pairs for Arizona State were the only team able to push Cal to a 3rd set, but came up short.
Right side of the screen, a serve.
And that's where Caitlin Carballo and Ellie Lundberg really struggled. They miss way too many serves. Caitlin Carballo's got a very aggressive top spin jump serve, and they're able to score a lot of points, but now she's staying down, trying to keep the ball in the court, playing it safe. But they've got a nice cushion in this second set.
Right, playing it safe, but it didn't go. Right, and now on court number 1, left side, we see just more craftiness from the one pairs. Loving what I'm seeing with Taylor Woods. She's been the ones for 3 years since the program started for Colorado Mesa. She chose the Mavericks because she wanted to play beach and indoor. Let's go over to threes and take a closer look at them on the side switch, as Carballo and Lundberg are edging towards a second point in this duel for the Sun Devils.
Ellie Lundberg from Larkspur, California. She will serve and run to the net to block.
You got it, Ellen. Wait, push it up. High line. Short turn.
Just poking it over.
Good redirection. The ball set tight to the net. That's what you want as a hitter. And then Ellie Lundberg going away from the defender.
Lundberg serve. Low set as Lundberg comes in and blocks it, and it is now match point. And on the line, another point in this duel for Arizona State.
Colorado Mesa trying to run a lower offense in this wind, and I like that, but you can't be too early on your approach. Even if you're running a quick set, you have to stay behind the ball.
Lindy.
Arizona State will get the opportunity to win this match by siding out.
And instead, it's taken away with a service error to end the match. And so another point goes on the board in this duel for Arizona State. Lundberg and Carballo pick up the win, and it's a 2-0 lead for the Sand Devils over the Mavericks. Let's check in with the fours. On the fours, as we take a look at it, it's 18-9, Arizona State leading.
Jordan Parnell and Sierra Flood, two smaller players. We saw it earlier, serving the ball extremely tough. So we saw some over on one digs, just controlling the ball better than Colorado Mesa.
So with the side switch, then Sierra Flood back to serve. As they're 2 points away from clinching this duel. The score is 19-9. Arizona State leading in the second set. And now 20-9. With a point here, they win the match and the duel.
I like the way Sierra Flood moves the ball around the court. She's not intimidated. She's will dig on one, hit on two, go over the block. It doesn't matter.
Flood sets. Parnell sends it long. Mavericks stay alive.
Good set by Sierra Flood. Jordan Parnell just unable to get on top of the ball. Arizona State on the bad side. Wind at their back, although it's slight right now.
Nothing going the way of the Sand Devils at the moment. Errors.
Colorado Mesa served the ball tough, got a little tweak in the pass, and that takes Arizona State out of system. That's how you score points.
Todd's serve into the net, and just like on court number 3, court 4 ends with a Mesa service error. That wins the duel for Arizona State. And actually court 1 finished at the same time as well, so it went from 2-0 to a win all the way across for Arizona State. Only court 2 still in action.
And the wind just picked up dramatically.
4-0 Arizona State over Colorado Mesa Mavericks. The only court still in action is court number 2. And Arizona State has never led in this set. Giedraitis and Harker running into some trouble versus Gianinetti and Peterman. They started out, Gianinetti and Peterman did, on a 6-0 run here on court number 2.
But with the wind picking up right now, Arizona State, even though they're down in this set, they're on the better side.
Pass is solid. Giedraitis on 2. As the Sun Devils look to chip away, Colorado Mesa looks to extend it, try to go to a third set and put a point on the board for the Mavericks. Up, coming around it, Harker picks it up, kind of ricochets off Giedraitis. Pokey, one-arm stab, and that one turned back well to the corner by Giedraitis.
Fantastic defense, and then Francis Giedraitis able to find that corner, attacking into the wind deep. I love that swing from the good side. Francis Giedraitis grew up in Arizona, as did Hannah Peterman, number 11 for Colorado Mesa. They're juniors and seniors in college, so they probably faced off once or twice in high school or club volleyball.
Still trailing by 2. The wind is really whipping and swirling now. Giedraitis patrolling the net, pops it down, and Arizona State looking to tie it up.
With this kind of wind, no side's the good side. You just have to play a little bit of a low game, low, keep it in front, keep the ball in front of you. Good feet to the ball. What a dig by Francis Giedraitis to turn and get that ball.
Giedraitis starting to have a magical one-arm stab everywhere she goes. Wind puts that one in the net, and it's tied up now on court number 2 after a 6-0 start for Colorado Mesa. Giedraitis and Harker now have chipped all the way back. If they win this set, the duel is swept by Arizona State. No deal.
Well, bad break for Giedraitis. She's coming in on the right side, and you want that ball to come in front of your right shoulder, but it's blowing towards your left, so hard to make good hand contact, but you want to get closer to the setter to make that easier in this kind of wind.
Picked up by Harker, the indoor libero, but unable to convert it, and it's again a 2-point lead for Colorado Mesa.
Megan Gianinetti is a senior at 6 foot. She will serve the ball into the wind and run to the net to block.
Strong serve.
What a serve, nice and flat, just a bullet to middle back for the ace.
Playing with the wind, tons of movement.
Wow. Fantastic execution on that last serve.
Here comes Giedraitis.
Tough ball control play for Colorado Mesa, and Arizona State gets the break. Hallie Harker will go back and serve, trying to score from that side. And again, now the wind dies. It's crazy. Heavy, then nothing.
Up, nothing. Peterman pass to the corner. Well placed by Hannah Peterman.
Hannah Peterman, I like that shot, but if you're Francis Giedraitis, instead of trying to reach overhand, just turn your hips and get it the other way. Turn and play it low. That's a better play.
Gianinetti and Peterman 2 points away from forcing this to a third set. Arizona State has already won the duel, but Colorado Mesa looking for a set victory.
Love that shot by Hallie Harker. She not super comfortable coming in and hitting, but her poke shot to the corner is very good. We've seen it a couple times.
Giedraitis looking for the corner. Or excuse me, not Giedraitis, Gianinetti finding the corner.
And Gianinetti going deep at the retreating blocker. That was the same play that just happened where Giedraitis is trying to get it overhand and her feet aren't stopped. It's tough to control that ball.
Set point for Colorado Mesa. They go at Harker. Set is not ideal for Harker. She takes a step.
Money
pokes it
ball.
deep.
The deep poke to the corner again. Hallie Harker. Some people spend years trying to learn that shot, but she's got that one for sure.
That's the win in a fiddle, go deep middle.
Well, no, that was the
That was a
deep
good one.
rainbow poke shot. But yeah, I like that one too. Ooh.
Nice serve by Harker. Giedraitis along the net. Peterman, little shot. And Colorado Mesa gets the second set victory, forcing Giedraitis and Harker to a third set. We're going to be back with the conclusion of this match after this break.
The Meteors, New York Life.
Well, Pac-12 beach volleyball is some of the tops in the nation, and all those teams are going to square off each other at the Pac-12 Beach Volleyball Championships, August 26th, 27th, and 28th on the campus of Stanford University. Join us. It will be an epic tournament, the 2018 Pac-12 Championships at Stanford, April 26th through the 28th. Two-day tournament here at Bear Down Beach, the Wildcat Spring Challenge. 5 duels on the blocks today. This is the third duel. Yes, Arizona State has already won the war, if you will. They've won the duel, but there's still a battle going on. Gianinetti and Peterman of Colorado Mesa forced it to a third set. This is a shorter set, Holly, and Gianinetti and Peterman with the advantage in terms of momentum.
Yeah, they finished strong in that second set. But Hallie Harker and Frances Giedraitis had a nice stretch where they capitalized on their defensive plays. Right now, it's all about controlling the ball in the win and making less errors. It comes down to errors in this third set.
Giedraitis and Harker leading 2-0. They did not lead at all in the second set. Colorado Mesa got out to a 6-0 lead. They got it tied up, but never took the lead. Nice set. Here's Harker, has the whole court available to her. Peterman stabs at it.
Peterman going for the gutsy bump kills, trying to avoid stepping on her partner, Megan Gianetti, and Arizona State. Look at, she didn't want to step on her partner, couldn't get her feet under her, leaves that short. Arizona State up 3-0 in this third and final set.
Gianetti having to come around. Well played, as Gianetti, I think, spun 3 times during that rally.
She certainly did, and Hannah Peterman put her track shoes on to run that ball down. Gianetti, good hand contact, cuts it along the net for the kill.
Peterman serving. Up. Cracking cross, Giedraitis is up. Peterman just goes right outside Harker's range.
Hallie Harker tried to swing at that one, but as an offensive player, when the block's in front of you, you just need to make high contact and clear the block.
Arizona State Sand Devils 4-0 record all time versus Colorado Mesa. Colorado Mesa just a program 2 years old. Every time it's been a sweep, the Mavericks looking to break out of that this time. As you said, it's baby steps for them right now. For them to avoid the sweep would be a step up at this point. With this program that David Scaff is growing, he's a big student of the game, spent time with Karch Karai and Hugh McCutcheon and Tom Black, has really studied.
It all comes down to that tough serve. Giedraitis put enough heat on that to create an errant pass, and then Colorado Mesa cannot recover. Wind has died down again.
For the moment, right?
For the moment, yes. But you can see how it affects the play. When the wind comes up, it really blows that ball, moves it around.
Yeah, and Peterman's starting to look more and more confident with her shot. She's really pulling out a number of different shots.
Gianetti going tough at Hallie Harker, missing that ball wide. Tight action here. Hallie Harker, her first match of the day. She did not play earlier for Arizona State.
Rainbow, and Harker followed it all the way, just misjudged where the floor was, where the line.
It was unfortunate. Hallie Harker did the hard work. She chased it. She was right there, but thought it was going long, and it drops in. Nice shot by Peterman.
Harker just watched where the defender was going and went the other way.
Yeah, if you're Colorado Mesa, that gives her more court to hit into when the blocker's at the net. Hallie Harker was having more difficulty when they had two defensive players back off the net and no blocker.
So that would be your suggestion to them, is pull both off until she starts pounding the ball, which is not her usual style.
Absolutely. That time, Arizona State just stayed in the rally, kept the ball alive, and waited for Colorado Mesa to make the error.
Gianinetti expressing some frustration. Peterman taking the timeout.
Both teams will sit down and get refocused by their coaches.
Yeah, and it's interesting, Brad Keenan not talking to his team right now. He's letting his assistant handle it.
Yeah, I think, it's level of comfortability. And it's, Brad Keenan oversees the program, but he trusts his assistants to lead on the court.
It was only a few years ago that this sport was emerging as sport, and it has now become an NCAA sanctioned and championship sport, and you can see why. When you take a look at beach volleyball by the numbers, that only 15 programs in 2012, approaching 100 now.
It's amazing. The sport is exploding, and I still feel like it's about to have another big leap next year. There's a bunch of teams kind of on the bubble considering it, so it's going to be a huge sport.
2016 was the first year it was an NCAA championship sport. 56 teams then, almost doubled that now in these last few years as more networks like Pac-12 Network commit to showing these athletes. It's more opportunities for more athletes. For example, USC has 35 female athletes playing Division I volleyball there. That's a lot of opportunities for women.
Is. Absolutely. To play volleyball and get a great education.
Yeah. Harker chasing it down. That's where she's most comfortable, no question. Big girl goes little.
How about the little drop shot? Great hand contact by Megan Gianinetti. Defense is back, and then she just comes over the top of the ball, drops it short. Not even Hallie Harker can get that one.
Giedraitis and Harker with a 3-point lead in a short set.
Gianinetti has been really aggressive with her serve, but missed the last two. And Arizona State now up comfortably by 4.
Block by Giedraitis. And a nice sweep by Gianinetti.
Hannah Peterman got blocked, but they remained calm, made a cover play, and then Gianinetti gets another opportunity on the second attempt.
Sets up, Harker, no one on, takes a good crack at it.
The last couple times Hallie Harker has an open net, she's made good decisions. Be aggressive with the ball. And when there's a block up, that's when you can shoot the ball.
Peterman, big block. Giedraitis, though, ends up in the sand. Peterman again, no one on. And if the set's too tight, Gianinetti got to eat it up.
Colorado Mesa taking advantage of that opportunity on the trap set. Gianinetti is long at the net at 6 feet.
Harker, little.
Peterman was all over that shot, just could not control it and keep it in play for her partner. Watch Peterman read this ball. She makes a step, but her partner Gianinetti had already taken a knee and could not get up and get that.
Reach high, and Gianinetti now has really composed herself, having some nice shots after those service errors, as Colorado Mesa refusing to go away.
Yeah, you can't really read Megan Gianinetti when she's coming in on her approach, which makes it a challenge for the defender, and Hallie Harker cheating for that line shot.
Yeah, and her arm is all the way extended, by the way, and I know from working with you many years how that can be a pet peeve on those long. And so another side switch off of that hitting error.
Now here's where I want Hallie Harker to shoot over line or cut shot. Instead, she, with the block up, there's only one defender and she hits it long. This comes with experience. I'm not criticizing her. I'm just trying to help her learn from that. And that's how you learn. When is a good time to hit? When is a good time to shoot? And what should you do in each situation?
Off the block. Popped up and over.
Hallie Harker trying to set her partner Frances Giedraitis up for the over on 2. But Hannah Peterman lays it out. Look at this dig. Left hand shoots over the net, and Giedraitis cannot control it.
Peterman looking to tie it up. Harker down the middle.
Love that decision by Hallie Harker. 2 defenders back, balanced in serve receive position. Win in a fiddle.
Hit deep middle.
Yep.
Learn something every day.
Yeah.
Peterman, blocker is there. She goes away from it.
Hallie Harker keeps cheating for that line shot. If she just stays home in that angled defensive position, she will dig that ball. She's mad at herself.
Reminder that this set is only to 15. And here's an opportunity to tie it up for Colorado Mesa. And it's out. Tied up on court number 2.
Crazy. Good opportunity right there. Harker all over that, little over anxious, bumps it out of bounds.
Harker that time attacks.
Good aggressive swing by Harker, and they make the side change up by 1 point. As of late, I feel like Colorado Mesa has been doing a good job taking advantage of opportunities, but if you're Arizona State, you don't want to give them opportunities.
Harker back to serve. And another well-placed ball by Megan Gianinetti.
Megan Gianinetti, much tougher to read than her partner, Hannah Peterman. Although Hannah Peterman moves the ball around the court really well for Colorado Mesa as well.
Block by Gianinetti. And the official had an errant whistle. It was an errant whistle.
Yeah, premature whistle because he thought there might have been contact on the block and he realized his mistake immediately.
Yep, and so it's a replay. Tied up at 13 apiece.
What a hustle by Hallie Harker. Almost went into the pole. Thank God she didn't.
This is about composure after a mistaken whistle. Pulling off. Peterman is locked in. The first lead that Colorado Mesa takes in this set is on match point.
Arizona State calls a timeout. They want some coach's advice right now.
Colorado Mesa has never taken a match off of Arizona State. They're trying to do that now while David Scapp is talking with his team of Peterman and Gianinetti. Let's preview tomorrow for you a little bit. Another full day of action here on Pac-12 Network. Colorado Mesa versus Arizona. Then Colorado Mesa versus a very talented and much improved Cal team. And then Cal versus Arizona in a top 15 matchup on Pac-12 Network.
Some good matchups for sure. I'm looking forward to 14 and 15 in the country facing off. at 12:30.
Yeah, Cal absolutely dominated Arizona State to start our coverage today. Just a team that Megan Owusu has put together that has taken a huge leap over the last couple of years.
And again, I said it earlier today, but recruiting has been huge. They have players who've come in as freshmen and made big impacts. And then the veteran players are more confident surrounded by all that support and that young talent.
Meanwhile, here at Bear Down Beach, it comes down to Gianinetti and Peterman at match point. Their first lead of this set coming at match point. If they get this next point, then Colorado Mesa will take their first dual point, a point off of a duel against Arizona State. Yes, Arizona State has already won the duel, but they're looking for one match win here, Colorado Mesa. Peterman serving. Harker, no one on. It's a tough angle. Set needs to be solid for Giedraitis, and Giedraitis finds the way. Extra points in the third set.
Wow. Good defensive touch by Colorado Mesa. They didn't get a swing at it, but they touched it, and that's important.
Harker, setting Giedraitis, has to back up a bit. It's going to come down to Peterman on a low set. Wind starting to gust. Harker tries to poke deep. Mavericks on the chase. And that ball is long.
Wow. The wind picked up, and Hannah Peterman, number 11 in black, is in the tough corner. The right side, the ball's blowing away from her. You see they've made the side switch. Megan Gianinetti will play that tough corner now.
Arizona State looking for the win, and they get it. Harker off the hands, and it is a win for Harker and Giedraitis. A sweep for Arizona State. But boy, Colorado Mesa made it very difficult.
Really impressed by Hannah Peterman and Megan Gianinetti of Colorado Mesa. They pushed Harker and Giedraitis to the very end.
A 5-0 sweep for Arizona State after they were swept by Cal earlier today. And so, Holly, as you look at these programs so far today, kind of who impressed you the most?
Well, if you go back to some earlier matches, I was really impressed with Cal and the progress they've made since last season. We saw some really good athletes for Arizona competing and stepping up against Stetson with two main players out with injuries. So I think it comes really, you start to think about the team concept when things like that happen. The Stetson-Arizona match was a fun one to watch. And then for Colorado Mesa, that was very close to scoring their first point. So I think they gain confidence every time they step out on the court facing the top programs.
Yeah, and for Arizona State, I mean, this is a tough weekend for them as well. They have 5 duels in 2 days. The Maroon and Gold came into this 8-10. Now they're 9-11. And tomorrow they go home to a doubleheader at the Para Club. They're going to play Stetson and Vanguard and celebrate their seniors.
Yeah, well, every time you get a chance to compete, you learn more about your team. You learn more about each pair, their strengths, their weaknesses, and how to fix them. So after these 5 duels, they get to go back and train and get better.
For this matchup, though, it is Arizona State coming away with a sweep. The Sun Devils are forks up as they take down the Colorado Mesa Mavericks. What a fun day it has been at Bear Down Beach, and there's more action continuing. Coming up next, we're going to pass the baton to Kevin Barnett and Mike Dodd for 2 more duels of action. They'll be right back.
Saturday, Colorado Mesa, Arizona.